And we are here in Stinger. We're now looking at a race with Ryan Arnold, our pole sitter. You can see him in the number 17 Procore Toyota. On the outside pole, you have the number 7 car of Cam Smith. On the outside pole, you have the 7 car, the number 7 Chevrolet, driven by Cam Smith. This is probably his highest qualifying position in a long time. Behind him, you have number 69 Nick Swade making his around 5th start in Stinger. Number 69 Pepsi Chevy. To the right of him, you can see Peter Kenny. He made his debut race in Stinger at Charlotte and COTs for Coke 600. Behind him, you can see the 27, Zachary Rains, the 10, Brandon Carter, 53, Kez Hill, the 29, TJ Smith, number 91, Benjamin Cusson, 15, Paul Perricone, 77, Zachary Rains, and the 8 of Carl Childress in last place. Or no, that'd be Zachary Rains. As we now roll off, we are in for a 60-lap event, 2 cautions for both halves, which I should have linked the drivers to. And we have a competition caution, the bunch of the field on lap 30. We have a 1x fuel and tire wear, so drivers should not really have to worry about conserving, just don't hit the apron and keep the cars clean. And drivers have been alerted of all the differences about tonight's race compared to others and just different settings that we're using for tonight. You can see that number 53 Dodge in the back of the pack looking very out of place, but also very good. As we come around into 3 and 4, coming just about, take the green at Charlotte. Stories in the field right now, number 17 Ryan Arnold, he won last race at Las Vegas. He saw almost left sled by, as the server blinks out, by Chase Clyde. And will the server come back is to be determined. And we're back. And we are doing a restart now. And that was not expected, but yes, that did happen. So we are now rolling out the field one more time. And we now have a joke going on in the VC of rain delay happening. And we now roll off for the second time in Stinger. We will not do another field count up. But yes, Ryan Arnold won at Las Vegas. He was able to snicker a pass by the number 97 forward of Chase Clyde in yesterday's live stream, which you can watch. Third place in that race was Trevor Davis, a man who was supposed to race today, but unfortunately had to go and get dinner, and he is now not starting. Cam Smith, he blew the engine in that race after misshifting and wrecking the pack under a green flag, although the wrecks were not too bad. It was a 4-car incident, the biggest incident of the day. That race ended up with around 3 cautions caused by wrecks, which not very bad for a 60-70 lap event. Behind, you can see the 10 car, Brandon Carter. He's a one-time winner. His only win comes at a track much like Charlotte, being Texas. He won there in Cup 2000 in a 1998 Monte Carlo. Other stories of the field. Number 91, Benjamin Cusson, one of the best drivers in Stinger. We saw him win earlier this week at Kentucky when we first came back from a little break. And he was looking to go 4 in a row, but unfortunately he cannot pull it off. We have a rookie, that being Ashley, making her debut in Stinger in the number 77 Toyota, painted by Zachary Rains in the 27. As we come around for green this time by, Kez Hill does make contact with TJ Smith, but the pace car is in and we're green this time by. And we can see the field sort of bunching up in the back, but we are green. 3 wide with the 10 car pushing it there. Going into turn 1, the 7 is in front of the 17, but it's looking to get dicey in the back of the pack. TJ Smith and Brandon Carter all in the outside lane. No one in the wall, but it is looking dicey as we come around to the backstretch. These cars are loose in the early run, but everyone keeps it clean coming out of turn 1. You can see they are all pack racing right now. 69, Nick Swade up into the wall. He needs to keep it up there if he doesn't want to wreck. The 10 car and 29 of TJ Smith and Brandon Carter both go by, and no one wrecks. You can see Paul Perricone get very nicely with the 53 car. They made contact when those cars touched. Going into turn 1, our current leader, Ryan Arnold, number 17, he was able to pass the 7 of Cam Smith. With Peter Kenny, he made his debut here. He's made runs up here. He was able to pull up. Behind them, Zachary Rains and Brandon Carter both And behind Brandon Carter, you can see TJ Smith. These cars had a dart around Nick Slade, who hit the wall in turn 3 and 4 on lap 1. Number 8, Carl Childress. He's sort of running in his clean air right where he wants to be. He said that he wants to go and score a top 3, and he's just trying to run today clean. You see that 7 car really gets sent by that is the 99. Yes, 99 Peter Kenny. He drove the 99 in his debut, and I think he did a little throwback to it with the iFlash Chevrolet. Zachary Rains not really making up ground. Maybe no, he will make up ground. He sends it in, but he will not get that exit. He will lose some momentum. You can see TJ Smith in that 29 Middle Road Energy Chevrolet hit the wall coming out of turn 3 and 4, but his damage appears to be minor. Peter Kenny on the outside lane of the 7, but he does not clear him as they go on to the backstretch for lap 4 of 60 in Stinger. We are now checking the chat, making sure no one's anything. And nothing has happened. After hitting the wall, TJ Smith is able to close up, and the 90 car wrecked in 3, and no one hits him, keeping it green. Peter Kenny around in turn 4. As they're 2 wide, 10 car and 27 coming around turn 2. TJ Smith looking to be advantageous here. He will send it around the 10. But yes, Peter Kenny in the 99 has been wrecked. You can see his rear end is squished in. It looks like it was a pretty bad hit for him, but it is moderate damage, so he should be fine. As we cut back to the battle between the 9 and the 29 and the 10, going into turn 1, 10 car has been passed. 29 hits the apron. 10 goes onto his inside. 10 getting the run out of the corner, maybe closing up on the 27 as Zachary Rains. No, he will not, but he won't get back by that 29 Middle Road Energy Chevrolet. You can see making her debut, Ashley. Going around, she does have some right side damage. She is currently in second to last place, but her goal today is to only finish. It is not to go out to win a race, just to finish the race. Cutting back to our leader, Ryan Arnold, followed by Cam Smith. Cam Smith may have been at fault for the accident involving Peter Kenny, but we have yet to review it, so we do not know at the current moment in time. We are checking the stream now. Okay. When the field does get more spread out, we are looking to do a replay and inform you guys of what happened between the 7 and the 99. 99 is a little heated about what happened as TJ Smith goes into the wall for what seems to be the second time in about 8 laps. We are now informing the lap down cars that they need to go high. But yes, Peter Kenny, he was running in the top 3, but he is now running in last. You can see his car is completely demolished from the rear end. That Daniel Suarez Chevy is just not looking how it was earlier. As to whether or not he'll be able to pull the car back together and have the pace that he had in these early runs is to be determined. You can see a little bit of a battle heating up with the 27 and the 10, both Zachary Rains and Brandon Carter closing in on the 7 car, although it appears getting by him is a little bit of a dangerous task, as we saw with 99. As we round out for lap 10, we are now approaching 20 to go to the comp caution, which will be thrown on lap 29, race back to the line on 30. 10 car taking a little bit of a weird line, nothing compared to the 29 though, as I may have said 29 twice, but nothing compared to him as he just takes the high line in 1 and 2. They have not gained ground on the 7 car with him pulling away on the backstretch. It appears Zachary Rains is having problems with the mid-corner, just not really able to pull his car together there and get the momentum out. And TJ Smith does not hit the wall, but he was very close there. This is our current leader, Ryan Arnold, the last race's winner. Odd enough to see the 91 Benjamin Cutson, a man who's one of the best drivers in Stinger, running in around what appears to be 6th place, which is the mid-pack. Carl Childress behind him, he qualified in the inside last lane, or last row. Behind him, Kaz Hill making his second start in Stinger in that number 53 Dodge. He was having some technical issues with the templates, and then NR just freezing itself because he was exporting. But we have had his issues fixed. Behind him, the number 69 Nick Slade, who we saw going to the wall earlier in this run, You know, on lap 1 during 3 and 4, he just could not keep it out of the wall. 2 cars, Brandon Carter and the 29, both had dirt by him as Brandon Carter shoots down on the inside of the 27, looking to get a pass done as the 27 is right by that wall. As to whether or not TJ will be able to make a move is to be determined. You can see just how fast these cars are really going around here, how much it really takes to wheel them. These cars are pretty front heavy. It is pretty hard to get the nose to just bite where you want it to, and you really got to let the car roll into the corner. As you see TJ with that weird, little obscure line on that, getting more momentum though. But I think both of these drivers aren't focused on passing each other and are more focused on passing Brandon Carter in that 10 car. We've seen that number 10 Ford many times over in Stinger. We've seen it in a Hung race at Daytona, getting Amarola literally. And the 77, making her first start, she has been lapped. So she is looking to go high for leaders, and she's in the wall, which may create a dangerous situation. And it is looking bad, but as she goes back into the wall, but everyone gets around her. And it appears that she's having handling issues. So for these cars behind her, they're really going to have to make sure they pass her at an opportune time and don't get wrecked by something. As you can see, the 27 has made his way right onto the 10 bumper, 29 sending it in hard as well. As 10 shoots up out of the corner, 27 is able to keep it on the low line, but as to whether or not he can clear him as to whether or not he can get on his inside is a different story, as he does not. 10 car did have that draft from the 7 and the 29, which probably helped him in not getting the 27 on his inside, which could have been a bad situation for him involving maintaining track position. We are now halfway through the first stage of this race. Comp caution will be thrown at 15 laps. Current leader is the number 17, Ryan Arnold in the Pro Course Toyota. Okay, mic is working. But yes, this battle in the mid-pack, we see this happen in the Coke 600, and now we're seeing it happen here again. It really seems that these cars just handle really nicely around this area and that you're really able to push it. There's a lot of lanes on the track that you can run, but the 7 car, the 27, and the 29 all go high out of that corner, losing momentum. For some reason, though, Brandon Carter did not gain anything out of this, although I expected him to. His car may have some right side damage, which we will see coming around, and no, he does not. Although the 27, I'd be surprised if he doesn't, because he did clobber that ball more than TJ Smith has done on his last where he's went up. Cutting back to the back of the pack, you can see the 53, the 91, and the 8 all maintain positions. Besides the 53 and the 8, it appears the 53, Kez Hill was able to get by Carl Childress and make his way up to Ben Cusson to take 7th place. Pack's sort of stagnant right now after hitting that wall. I think a lot of drivers are trying to run their cars different and realize that they have to conserve a small bit throughout the stage. But Cam Smith, they've been able to close up on him, and he's been able to pull away multiple times throughout this event. As to what happens in the second stage of this race, like for that 7 car, really will matter. Because he's good in the first half, but when he falls through that pack, I don't think he's going to be able to make it back through. So his pit stop and everything involving 2-tire, 4-tire strategy, as well as fuel, will really come into play for this event. Ryan Arnold, just a dominating car of the race, though he's been able to pull out a substantial lead. He is the guy at the moment. No one's been able to touch him. He is just that guy. You can see the 7 car continuing to pull away from that little 3 car tango as TJ Smith has fallen substantially from it. But the 27, Zachary Rains has been able to get on the 10 car's inside, who's currently lagging, but it appears that he's sorted himself out. You can see the 10 car did send it out on that high line. He's trying to maintain momentum, but Zachary Rains will clear him going up to the max stretch for lap 20 of 60, 10 to the comp. Peter Kenny, our current not lucky dog, because he's not a letdown. And Kez Hill heating up things with Ben Cusson, as we said earlier. He did try to close up on him, and he has finally done it in that 53 Hot Wheels Dodge. Benjamin Cusson, that Red Bull Toyota, we saw him win. What race was it? The NCS 21 race before Kansas, to my knowledge. But that was the first race that the scheme he's running was ever ran. Those red rims are a very unique thing to see on a Red Bull car, as Ben has been running those for a little over a year now. But Kez Hill will clear the 91 and take 6th place in the mid-pack. Car sounding really nicely going around, and we are about 8 to go to the comp. As 53 in the wall, 91 on his inside. side by side going into turn 1 and 2. 91 does clear him just with that sheer momentum. Carl Childress, don't forget about him, though. He can really make something work here. But the 91 will go high, 53 will go low. Will it be enough to get by him? I don't think so. Maybe. I think he's on his inside. Yes, 53 is on the inside of the 91 going into 3 and 4. We've seen the low line work a lot better out in this corner as he slides up there side by side, something we haven't seen very often. And 53 will beat him to the line by nothing, pretty much. And there appears to be something that happened with the 7 car. And it is the 7 car's fault for that incident. And driver danger has been served to the 7 car. He was reckless. And like I said earlier, if he falls through that pack, I doubt he's going to make it back through. But Ken is getting a little bit clearing on that 91 car. And you can see the 7, who not really looking good in terms of damage. His rear end is a bit open. And the cars behind him are looking to close up really quick right now. And as we look back, Carl Childress has been actually able to close up on this pack. Cutting forward, so the 27 and the 10, both are 27 did clear him a few laps ago with the 10. 27, 10 on the south side. Peter Kenny saying that his right front is looking to blow in the next 5 to 8 laps, and we have about 6 laps to the caution, so he is really bad to the bone right now. He's really running it to a point that's dangerous, especially in front of the lead lap cars. It can go badly if we see a tire go down and he's on the inside lane. We've seen it happen at Phoenix, only race in Stinger where there were tire failures, but when it did happen, it was a caution thrower. Peter Kenny going high for the lead lap cars because he knows he will get his lap back no matter what, as long as he can stay in front of that 77 car. '27 and 10 side by side going down the back stretch. 10 car will get on his bumper and he will hold that white line to a key right there. You can see him coming out of that corner right along his rear, but it is not enough to get by him as we come to 3 to comp. Brandon Carter, you can see him arcing it in a little higher on the entry of the corner as a 77 right up into that wall. This may get dicey with Peter Kenny there. 10 car on the outside once again. We saw this happen last lap of the 27, and he will do the same thing he did, just not as well. He doesn't get the exit momentum like he did before, and yes, he does. I eat my words there. He will get on his outside there. Not enough to pass him, but side by side, coming out of 2, 10 car once again, making that eye line work. We've seen it happen for so many times today. Side by side for almost the entire lap here. Yes, they are side by side. If he can hold it for about the entire lap, 10 car will get that outside lane momentum and he will be beaten to the line by the 10. 10 takes second place, really trying to make that high line work. And we are now throwing the caution. So this means that the 27 is now racing to keep second place going into the caution. And we can see the little pack back there, the 7 and the 53 as well as the 29, but we are going to focus on the 10 and the 29, or 27. I'm going to say 29 back there. And the 27 will beat him to the line, but what a performance from Brandon Carter. Coming to the back of the pack, 4 cars all up in it. 29 takes it from this pack though. As we cut to our leader, number 17, Ryan Arnold, no cautions caused by wrecks in the first half, and he is our leader. Lucky Dog will be the 99 car, Peter Kenny, who we saw get wrecked earlier in the race, and we will now do some replays of intense moments during that. And to begin with, this is the 10 car beating the 27 to the line just barely after running side by side for the entire lap. Next up, I accidentally had both of the hotkeys pressed down. My bad there. But you can see here the 7 car. This was his incident with Brandon Carter. He just cut down, and thankfully that 10 car was able to keep it without wrecking. And this caused the 7 cars to fall through the pack. Next up, we can see the 99 car, the wreck that ended his race for that first half. He goes, I think it happens in 3 and 4. Yes, it does, because they come out of turn 1 and 2 perfectly fine. But you can see how packed up these guys are. They are really running close, and we saw that for the entire stage with that 4-car battle in the mid-pack, which we were not focused on. But the 27 did run him over, being the 27's fault, giving him a driver danger under this caution. And we are now actually going to go check out, I forgot to mention this, 69, Nick Swade, he had a moment on lap 1. I'm not going to actually put up the transitions here, but you can see just how tense this first lap was. Everyone was trying to get position, and everyone raced it really clean. The Brandon Carter, he almost ended up going down to the 99. Also, that would have closed off his lane because of the wrecked car. But Nick, qualifying very high for his talent level and the amount of races he's ran, just could not hold it together in the 3 and 4. And this ended up really screwing him out of the first half. And you can see he hits the wall. Brandon Carter just barely makes it around. And Peter Kenny, he was actually a bit confused about the caution rule as to whether or not he would get waved around or not. But yes, he's pitting this time by. You can see his car is very severely damaged. But yes, Peter Kenny entering pit road this time by. When Peter Kenny enters pit road, we will do a little field lineup. But yes, he actually, yeah. He was wrecked. He was running quick today, so we may see him a big player in today's race. But 0 cautions in the first half. You could see just how bad the damage was on that 99 Chevy, man. That wall hit straight in the rear after the 27 dumped him was not what he needed. Thankfully, though, everyone was able to make it by this wreck. Cutting back to the main pack, we are now going to do a field lineup. In first, you have the 17 of Ryan Arnold. He has been leading for every lap of tonight's event. 27 Zachary Rains, him and the 10 car Brandon Carter have been battling. 10 car Brandon Carter, of course. 53 Kez Hill, he was able to battle his way around the 91 as we were watching. 7 car Cam Smith, he started in second place and he ended up cutting down Brandon Carter and putting him in the mid pack. His current position in the race is 6th. 69, Nick Swade, he ended up hitting the wall on lap 1. This is his highest position since that happened. He qualified in 3rd place tonight. Behind him, you can see the 15 Paul Pierce on that Jacob Chevy, Derek Cookman in that car. 29, TJ Smith, he was running in the top pack, and then he fell back, and I don't think he's going to have a chance to make it through unless there's a bunch of cautions. 8 car Carl Childress, he's been conserving his way throughout the day. As we see Peter Kenny catch up with none of his damage repaired, apparently. We are now going to ask him, actually. And we are green this time by pace cars in. Ryan Arnold leads. Here we go. Back for the second stage, and final stage of the event. Zachary Rains gets on the inside of the 17, and 17 will possibly clear him going into one, because one is a highline oriented track or turn. And yes, he will. You can just see how much momentum he gets. He just has to be able to bring it down now. TJ Smith and Nick Slade both riding that high line as Brandon Carter hits the wall. 7 car trying to duck in, get into this line of draft. Everyone is trying to seek positions right now. Kez Hill a bit slow on the entry of the corner, allows Ben Cusson to go to his outside. Coming out of this corner, though, they are getting really close. Ben Cusson in the wall. A lot of drivers just really running it hard right now in the mid-pack. 7 car on the inside of the 53, Kez Hill. This is his highest position since he ended up getting wrecked earlier in the event after he cut down on someone. Oh, and the car's around. Nick Slade, hard in the wall. No caution will be thrown, though. Not looking good for him. And we are at the lap back to the 99. 27 right on that apron. He ended up getting nearly ran over by that 7 car. But yes, we did see the 69 car hard into the wall, having a bad night all around for him. As the mid-pack really intensifies, these drivers are electrified right now. They are really seeking positions. They're trying to do it, doing a little dance, trying to get around to their cars. As Ryan Arnold, the dominant car today, just is able to pull away as hard as he is. Going into 1, 2, 27, leader of the mid-pack, 7 checking out. This is almost like some super speedway racing. Little do we know, these drivers are letting off hard, lots of off-throttle time. The setup is proving to provide very good racing right now. Kez Hill running good. He was involved in pretty much every accident at Las Vegas. He's able to try and have some good racing now. He's running in the mid-pack. He's dominating the mid-pack almost. He just gets by that 7 car with ease coming out of turn 3 and 4. Brandon Carter going by him as well. Ben Cusson will not be able to do it, though, it seems. Yes, he will not. Yes, he will. He does send it in going into turn 1 and 2. He hits the apron, losing momentum, hurting both of them severely. Peter Kenny, a car who was wrecked earlier, finally making his way up. He's racing other cars now. We can see a lot of guys making their moves. As Kez Hill goes to battle with Zachary Rains, second-time starter, trying to get the lead of the mid-pack as Ryan Arnold is just untouchable at this race. Sorry for the freeze there, but yes, I checked the stream. Right now, I am rooting for Kez Hill here. The only Dodge that we've seen ran in Stinger in a modern era mod in about 2 months, as we only allow drivers to run the mainline manufacturers in real life. But yes, he got a waiver. He's running that Dodge. The Hot Wheels are really going hot right now because he is running his way to second place. Then Cusson into that wall like we saw earlier. He's super wiggly off that corner. Brandon Carter on the inside of Kez Hill, making a setback for that 53, but really gaining for that 10. As they send it into 1 and 2, really close in terms of contact. Something happened between TJ and Carl, but it doesn't seem that bad. 7 car sends it in on the 10. He will get on his inside coming out of turn 2. Side by side, 7 and the 10. I think the 10 will beat him to the line, though. And he will not. 7 by a splitter. Ben Cusson making his rocket up there with the draft. As the 10 really on the outside lane, making things work. This is some good racing. As Kez on the outside of the 27, we saw Brandon Carter work this maneuver, and he was able to get by him for 1 lap before the comp. This was on lap 29. 7 car looking loose. As we exit turn 3 and 4, Kez Hill, 27 on the wall, 7 on the inside, almost 3 wide going into the front stretch. 7 takes the lead of the mid-pack. 27 really pushed all the way up against that wall. 7 car takes the lead of the mid-pack. Kez Hill gets on the inside. 27 is now shuffled out. Ben Custom looking for positions. He's been hitting that wall. He's just been having a bad stint. 10 car really on the bumper. We saw him wreck when he did this at Las Vegas, but will it happen again is to be seen. As they go very close off of turn 3 and 4, inside lane, the server blinks. Oh, this can be very bad. And we cut back. 27 is around. Caution is out. Okay, so we are now under caution. We're doing a replay, but that racing was spectacular. That was great. We are under caution now, but we're watching what happened to the 69 Nick Slade. He gets bumped mid-corner, and then exiting. No, it doesn't happen on this lap. It happens next lap. So coming around, you see Nick Slade once again. This is when he went hard into the wall. We tried to get back to it, and we did capture the impact, but we didn't capture it with constant. It appears Peter Kenny got on his inside. Yeah, he just cut down on Peter Kenny. Bad move all around, racing deal more so. But yeah, just hard into that wall for the 69 car. Lucky Dog gets the 99 once again. Actually, no, that was just on that lap. Lucky Dog is the 77. We are now going to cut back to the wreck that caused the caution. That involved Zachary Rains. You can see he has a very rear end damage there. You can see the server blink out, right? And then it cuts back, and apparently his car just got hard into that wall. I think it got turned by Brandon. Yeah, he got hit by Brandon, and that car went in the air, actually. But the damage, it's moderate, should not be too major. And TJ Smith makes it barely through, spinning like a top. He will not hit him off. We're going to replay that. That is spectacular. You can see going onto the bottom line, shooting down. If Zach was spinning at any other angle, it would have been over by inches. TJ Smith makes it around this crash, and we're actually going to such a close moment for TJ in the number 29 Middle Road Energy Chevrolet. And we are now back live, and the current leader would be Zachary Rains. Okay. And we are green next time by. But yes, we are green next time by at Charlotte. One caution remaining. Zachary Rains, the man who was involved in the wreck that caused the caution. His car went in the air, rear end first, then front end next. You saw TJ Smith barely dodge him. He will stay out, take the lead, coming to the green flag with 15 to go in Stinger. We are now going to do a field lineup because Zach takes the lead. Number 27, Zachary Rains. 17, leader for most of the day, Ryan Arnold. 99, Peter Kenny, making his way back to where he was earlier. And the car who he wrecked in behind is now, 2 cars back. All right, here we go. Coming to the green flag, maybe for the last time at the nice race. You can see that 10 car seeking high. I don't necessarily know why. Ten car not pacing properly because he runs automatic, but takes round, I guess. As we come to the green flag, looking for no stack ups. Oh no, the 7 car. He will wreck, and he's the only one involved. And you can see the 69 got into the wall, but in the back of the pack, it was an 8 and 15 2 line going into turn 3 and 4. Mid pack is heating up. 27 with that damaged car. He wrecks Ryan Arnold. And the flip. Holy moly. Carl Childress around. We are now watching the race back for the line. Ryan Arnold flipped. You could see his car is totaled. The leader for the entire night, wrecked by the 27. It is not looking good. We hear keyboard smashing. It is bad crash. It was bad to the bone, is all I can say. That is dumb driving, man. He wrecks him off the corner. 15 flies into him, and he flips rapidly. You can see his car up and over multiple times. I can't hold it together. And wow! I can't do it, dude. That is bad. And I don't know what happened there with that wreck off of pit or on the under pacing. 77 going backwards. And we're now going to watch what happened again one more time. And you can see the whole flip just happens. Carl still just goes around trying to keep his car out of that one. But truly the moment. And the wreck involving the number 77 just didn't slow off of pit road. Actually got into the pack, it seems. And landed on TJ Smith in the second wreck of the day. What a move. And drivers actually having a large feud over that incident that involving Ryan Arnold. One saying that he chased him up the track and just blatantly wrecked him. One saying that he got tight, and which we haven't seen the car really get tight tonight. We've only seen that. That's a tricky situation, but Peter Kenny's our leader. And Paul Perricone, the guy who actually hit Ryan Arnold, causing him the bigger he is. And we're coming into the final stint of this race, 8 to go. And the point of no return tonight is 5 to go. After all the drama, that caution and the things that led up to it, you can really see these drivers putting together the race. We are getting driver. And we are green at Charlotte. Server is lagging horribly. And it's back. '91 all into the wall, coming around. We are back green flag racing. 10 car on his inside, 53 Kes Hill in second place. '15, the lucky dog, but we are just going to focus on this mid-pack action. Kes Hill leading the mid-pack. Carl Childress really up there now. He's done conserving. It's time pushing for him. Going out of turn 3, in turn 4. Brandon Carter, not with the momentum. 91 can cut his inside, and he will do so. Not enough, though. Kes Hill's running down Peter Kenny with extreme damage to take the lead, and they're too wide. Coming into turn 2, Peter Kenny right on the leader's rear, and he's on his inside now, it seems. We are going into helicopter cam? Yes, he is. Running down the backstretch as much as they can. Peter Kenny on the outside, Kes Hill on the inside. Kes looks to take the lead, as he will. Leading to the line, Kes Hill with 6 to go. Or 5 to go now. Behind, you can see Brandon Carter closing up. Brandon Carter and Benjamin Cousin both sending it in. 29 really up in there. Oh no, 91 around. Everyone's just going for broke at this point. 53 has the 99 Peter Kenny on his outside. Kes Hill will lead for a second lap in tonight's event. Right now, what I'd be doing if I was him, make sure I don't get sent, make sure no one can make contact with my car, extend my lead as much as I can. Brandon Carter has a quick car. He's been a little quicker than Kes, and if he can get it by that 99, he may have a shot at winning this race. Behind the TJ Smith, he ended up wrecking the 91 of Benjamin Custom, but everyone gets their things back up and going. There are 0 cautions remaining. Nothing can happen at this point. It is the point of no return. It's 4 to go, 3 to go at the line. Brandon Carter just looking for anything that he can right now. He knows that he can get it by this 99. Just needs to get it done soon. And he will do it going into 1. No, he will not, because 1 is a highline favored track on entry, so he's just able to cut down on him. Kes extending his lead, charging through. He's been running through the mid-pack all day. He started in around 10th, and he's now in 1st. Brandon Carter, the guy I'm actually rooting for in this little second stint now, he may be able to get it done. Peter Kenny as well. He made his debut at this track. He came second at this track, and I don't think he wants to do it again as we come to 2 to go. When the ticker says 1 to go, it's actually 2 to go. 0 to go is the white flag. Kes getting something he really needs right now. He extends his lead by about a car length, but I think he's going to lose it due to the draft. Maybe, maybe not. But Brandon Carter and the 99 get dicey. Coming out of turn 4, 99 in the wall, 3 wide for the lead, in the grass. Brandon Carter will take the inside all the way down there. He will take the lead as Kenneth gets wrecked 99 around, hard into the wall. They all wreck. 29 involved. A lot is but Brandon Carter, our leader. Brandon will come around to the white flag, and he may win this race. Brandon Carter will win at Charlotte. I don't know what happened. Brandon Carter has won after, what was that finish? And Brandon Carter scores win number 2. We talked about him having one win going to tonight's event, but that's definitely going to be a ticket after this event. And we're going to review that finish after we are. Brandon Carter scores win number 2, wheel all the way to the left. And some drivers are insulting each other. Something. Wow. We're going to do an entire replay of that. I am so confused. Those last 2 laps truly were something, but congratulations to Brandon Carter. He was there when it mattered. And wow, we're now reviewing those final 2 laps. You can see him here, 3 wide, going for the lead with the white flag is out. 99 gets into him, and then the entire field just wrecks behind. First, TJ Smith. '69 gets involved in it. Truly a sad day for him. But they battle for 3rd place. 91 looks to take it, I think. And he will clear it. Take 2nd place, and this has really been a stinger, man. Truly eventful night at Charlotte. We're back tomorrow at Daytona in Wing COTs. That'll be a night race. And thank you for watching Stinger TV.